Welcome back again. This is your favorite podcast, Riding on Grace, and it has been an explosive episode, explosive discussion, and I know that it's going to be a blessing to many homes and also to you watching right there. Once again, please click on the subscription button and show us love and support on what we are doing. So we've been talking on the area of co-parenting, and we've narrowed it down to the part of discipline as parenting. And here we have our guests with us, Mr. and Mrs. Harrison Godwin. Let's clap again. I'm clapping for you because all the way from Kano you came to grace us on this episode, and your conversation has been really revealing. And I want to ask, now we've established certain things about when it comes to discipline, how to make it a full complete package. In fact, I think there's a fifth one. My wife actually talked about it, but I want us to put it in a list, like a list, so couples can. The first one is the rod. You should not spare the rod, right? Okay. Then the second one is you should learn to talk.
Exactly.
The third one is you should learn to punish. That is when need be. You should learn to punish. Then the fourth one is, what's the fourth one?
I think that's it.
No, there were four. The fourth one is you should learn to let them sometimes
Let them
experience. Yes.
Yes.
Then the fifth one is you should learn to correct with love and end your correction with love, even if you must use either the rod or the talk or the allowing to experience it by themselves or punishment. It should start with love and it should end with love. The children should feel it. That's all for love.
Exactly.
So, having said all of that, I want to ask now, you guys. It's very noticeable that your idea of discipline as a parent is different from your wife. But what we want to achieve is where the balance should be, that the parents should have co-parenting in discipline. That's one understanding. The last podcast we had before you guys was the issue of where discipline as a parent went wrong, where this lady understood the method of her mother's discipline, the method of her father's discipline, and was able to use that to her own advantage. You know, to distort everything. She knows her father doesn't beat like her mother, or she just has a way of just making sure that she understands. So it's now left for as parents to be able to move with one. Your child should know that yes,
We're together.
if you come to mommy for this one, daddy too we know. If you come to daddy in this way, mommy too we know. So you cannot really use this trick on the both of them, because both of them have a way of understanding a similar thing. So the question I want to ask you guys, having said all of this, how will you people now balance this? What resolution will you people come in to balance this equation that your children, because honestly, it will come to that point where your children will understand you people's pattern of discipline differently, and they will use that against you people. Maybe not in the manner of which our last guest did to our parents, but they will come to that point.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. For me and my wife, what we do is simple. First of all, I usually explain to my wife, I said, I understand that you think I am harsh, but what I'm doing is you must understand when to be friends with your child and when you should be a disciplinarian to your child. And trust me, whether you like it or not, this child is going to grow up and like me. You understand? Irrespective of the love you think you are showing her right now. but she's still going to love me. She's going to respect me. She just want to do something to favor her daddy. You will understand it is time. So what you do is, babe, whenever I'm disciplining this girl, you can't take it. Please go inside, lock yourself in, and then pretend like nothing is happening. Let me just finish what I'm doing, and then you can come out. If you can't take it, you
Is it
understand?
possible?
She said it's not possible. You know? So
Is it possible?
sometimes she does it. Sometimes her head will just touch, and she'll come back and be like, babe, this is too much. So, but we'll be managing it, and then sometimes she will want to just tag along with me and be like, this thing you are doing is wrong. She goes to the mommy to get the sympathy.
And cover.
Mommy will say, Nala, what you did is wrong. And then she comes to me and she wants to explain and say, you know me. You understand? And then that's how we manage ourselves. But it wasn't like that from the beginning. We were having issues, series of issues, because she wouldn't let me beat this child the way it's supposed to be.
The way it's
It's not
supposed
as,
to be.
You know?
no, it's
So-
not as if I stopped you from beating them. The only thing I say is the manner at which you do it. Sometimes you don't do it with yes, you're angry,
Correction in
but the
in
anger
mind.
should be of
She thinks I'm angry, but I am not.
yes, a little, like the volume of the anger should be minimum or a little bit low, because
Give us an example of
hell,
how it does the thing.
wow, okay, there was a day he was inside the bathroom, so he called her that he should bring his phone for him, and where he kept the phone is actually a
Higher
little bit
than
high,
her.
Okay.
and there's something on top of that place.
Okay.
So if she goes there to pick that phone, the stuff that is up will fall down. So when he called her the first time, that Kendra, bring my phone, I told him that this phone, her hand will not be able to reach there because there's something up. If she goes there now to bring it, that thing will fall. He now called her again, Kendra, bring the phone for me. I said her hand, and the girl wanted to stand up to pick the phone, but since I told him that her hand will not be able to reach there and there's something there, it might fall and break, so she went down. She went back and lie down. So he called her again the second time that she should bring the phone for him. I was there explaining to him that her hand will not be able to reach that place. So the third time he called her, he came out, took is it belts? I think it is belts now.
No, I have a stick. You forgot.
Yes, he took that stick and he
A
started
stick.
flogging her. And I was like, Haba, I was explaining to you inside the toilet that her hand will not be able to reach that place. There's something there, it will fall and break. That was why she went back and lied down. And when he was calling her, she was answering, sir. But since her hand will not be able to reach there, she went back to lie down. To the extent that the flogging, there was mark on her back. So, and sometimes when he's disciplining, I'll tell him that okay, since he said I should not correct him in front of the girl, then I'll swap to the language that she will not understand, which is Hausa. So I'll tell him that this beating, flog her, but at least take it easy. She's still a child. Before you use anger now, go and flog her and hit where you're not supposed to hit. Now it's both of us that will be running. And the funny part is you will still go to work the next day in the morning and you will leave me with the load. Take it easy. You will flog her. And sometimes I'll tell him that okay, the way you flog this child, it makes her more stubborn. Imagine a child of 2 years, you're beating her. At some point she'll tell you that don't beat me. Or sometimes it's you'll be flogging her, she'll keep quiet. That's because she's getting used to the beating. So I used to tell them that just try and minimize the beating. Let her be able to talk to you and confide in you, and sometimes you flog her. I think he also has the experience of his uncle who feels flogging a child is the best way to raise the child. He beats them. And now at the end of the day, the older son hates the father to the extent that he will tell the dad that I'll kill you and nothing will happen.
Yeah, there are parents who speak to their children in such manner.
No, it's
The
it's
son is
that's
speaking to the dad
father like that.
because of the level of
Hey,
beating, because
Yeah.
the man feels beating a child is the only way to pass the message or bring the child back to his senses, not knowing that he's making the child more stubborn. So now the child has grown to the extent where he will tell his dad that I'm going to kill you and nothing is going to happen. So sometimes I tell him that balance it. Sometimes you talk, sometimes you flog, so that she will know that yes, so at some point, whenever I'm being flogged, I did something very bad and I deserve it. I know that, and I always tell him that, see, it's not based on the way you flog a child that will make that child to grow and become how will I even put the language?
a perfect child.
Yes, it's God.
Okay,
Sometimes
but
you beat-
what I wanted you, I wanted to see your demonstration
Demonstration
of the lion.
You know?
The lion, the way he does it, that
Hey,
you can't even do it. All of us will run from here. Okay, wow. Well, the thing is, you've heard your wife, but you also heard your husband. What I want now, the question I want to ask you is, what balance do you feel? Because I want, before you leave this podcast here, this set here today, people must come to
Conclusion.
a balance. You understand me? Of
Or how to
agreement.
harness
Or that
your different
Thank you.
ideas in order to discipline your children. Because you cannot have a different opinion while the daddy or the mommy has a different opinion and you people want to work together. Sometimes you find yourself quarreling in front of the kids because of discipline.
Yes.
Sometimes you see yourself, before you know it, you present daddy as a monster, or you present mommy as a monster, or as someone who is not caring enough as to discipline them. The children are growing and they are seeing, like my husband was trying to say earlier, our last guest, what she did was, in fact, she even joined the heads of the parents together, that they started clashing, they started having issues. Sometimes you see the father quarreling, serious quarrel with the mother because the way the mother disciplined the child, maybe it wasn't that much, but she knows that the father has a soft spot for her. So the moment she sees her father, according to her, she acts like she's about to die from what the mother has done to her. These children are growing,
And
they are
the father
watching
will
you.
definitely react.
And the father will so react like, you people want to kill her? What kind of discipline is that? What kind of thing is
At some
that?
point, she said she faked faint now.
She faked
Until they took
fainting.
her to the hospital.
Yes, you need to have done that, but it was not to join my parents' head together. There's a way you treat a child before you start teaching them dubious things.
yes.
Really. So we need to come to balance. How do you harness this? And like you said earlier, there is a time you tell Kendra, I will tell your daddy, and she will coordinate at that time. So the fear of daddy also helps keep them together. You can never throw away the rod as far as child discipline is concerned. Although when they get to certain stage, the case of rod and even slapping of children will have to stop. Adam, you know, you have children, you have teenagers. So it will have to stop, because you now have to look for another method of discipline, so that it will not look like you are fighting your own child now, or you are harassing the child. When they pass certain stage and you begin to use rod, you are still using rod or using physical attacks on them, it becomes something else. You might be sued.
Yeah.
So how do you come now together to be able to put this thing together so that your children will not know your secrets? I'm not talking for them.
No, let me just
Okay.
balance this so that we'll round up a little thing. Because the truth is that she has a stand in her heart. He has a stand in his heart. But
Your children must not know.
your children must not know
Or
your
feel
people's
it.
stand or feel it. Thank you. Do you understand me? For no reason at all. Your children must not. So the thing is, just understand that your husband will not kill the child from beating, and you just understand that in as much as you are trying to discipline the child, there's a certain pattern of beating that your wife emotions cannot handle. So you should be able to come to a point where you must also put your wife's emotion into consideration, because that's also her child. She will feel it.
Definitely.
Do you understand me? Don't just jump it that she's angry unnecessarily, but in a place where you are upset, or no reason should you, even whether you want to speak the Hausa or your language or anything, leave him.
Exactly.
Just yes, no, it's the truth.
Not in that atmosphere. Don't
Yes,
tell me
yes.
anything.
You,
Yes.
you people
Wait
can
later.
discuss it later, but
We used to.
but he
Not
needs to come to a
outside,
point where he
even
should
outside,
also
in
be
a-
understanding with
listen.
you. That's where
I
I'm
do.
going.
But one thing is, I don't want it to be in the presence of a child. Whether you're speaking French or German, but don't speak in the presence of my child, Hausa or anything. Just wait till later.
I don't think you try to listen to where your wife is coming from. You want to look at the part of she's being emotional for nothing.
I do feel that way
Okay.
And
sometimes.
another
Okay.
thing I want to drop is, you don't discipline a child with emotions. You drop emotions away when you want to discipline
Discipline
them.
a child.
You are disciplining them. What I mean by emotion is both from mommy and you now
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at your perspective, because you can be so angry, that's emotion.
Or you
and
can
are
be
using
so
the
mad,
anger.
and you will still leave the
and you
child.
can be so, and then you leave the child. Some parents be like, he's still a child. They are still children now. They are still children.
Yeah,
now.
they'll grow.
Leave them. They'll
They'll
grow.
grow,
They'll
yeah.
grow. Before you know it, they are turned to something else that you can't talk to. And then maybe the father using the anger of the crime the child has committed, and then you use it to deal with that child. You might be using the wrong disciplinary method at that time. Maybe that time what is even needed, it was not flogging. It was to hear them out as to why they did this thing they did, or to even know exactly why they did it, or speak to them, advise them, and that you just be using, you might not know, you are using a very wrong method, and you might even end up giving a child you might mime the child, wound the child somewhere that you will now later begin to regret. So you drop emotions and know that the reason why I'm punishing this child is because I want to correct his or her future. So once you have that at the back of your mind, I think the beating will be minimized. You know, when you are using anger is different from when you are using love to actually correct. The effect is usually very different. Imagine, you use belt. I remember that you were very angry at one point, and then you used belt, you used anger. Up till now, if you check Eliora's face, it's been like 2 months.
No, it's not.
Adam, it
It's
is.
true though.
You will see the mark, the belt mark on the girl's face.
Yeah. And that was the first time I've ever beaten them like
So
that.
he was
if
so
I've beaten
angry.
themselves.
And Kesa is already used to that kind of beating that before you know, you see his back. Me, I give him that too. You see his back, stripes. I'm not the Ogbonge. Me, I give, as soon as possible. But he does his own once in a while. But when he's doing it, he uses anger. So when you now use that anger, you not know when you now mind the child. What if that mark never goes? I was so teary the next morning when I saw her eyes swell up. She stood by the mirror and she started crying.
Her mouth
And
will not swallow.
sometimes when they see that mark,
Yes.
instead of her to feel like my daddy is
Yes.
correcting me, she will
Yes.
feel hatred
Yes,
instead.
hatred. The way the
Because
girl
of-
stood by the mirror and was
No,
crying.
no.
I looked at her, I started
see,
crying.
They're actually selling us now, but
She
the
didn't
thing
feel
is,
hatred.
um,
What they did, sorry. What they did,
Not to tell us their crime.
no, the child actually understands because you are not painting it nice. My daughter understood why I flogged them.
She understands. Yes.
Even the boy too understood
But
later why I flogged them. The only thing
you used
I
emotion.
felt, yes.
And you
yes.
And
overdid
because
it.
And-
you do it once in a while.
me, I don't use emotions for my kids. Do you see that what my wife don't understand?
You don't use anger. You are not angry
It
when you
was
beat
not,
them.
No, I have to make my face really scary so that she sees I'm serious.
that case
I
was
have this
anger.
face. I don't know. My face, sometimes kids look at me, even I'm angry, they laugh. You understand? Like, it hurts me that I'm actually angry now. You don't see my anger. Why? So I used to make it look scary so that you can actually know that my daddy is really angry at me. You understand? Now my child, if I keep doing that like this, sometimes in my heart I'm smiling. I'm not serious.
No, it's also good to have high language communication.
Exactly.
It's very good. In public, that's what I use.
So I don't put emotions, but my wife sees it. Like when I'm doing it, didn't I ask you to stop doing this? But you still went ahead and do it, and she looks at my face and she's seen anger, probably. But in my heart, it is normal. When I finish that and I'm doing, I'm going to sit down
So if the level at which you build the children, your wife is complaining, is not in anger. I'm wondering the day they really piss you off and you are really angry. So what you do is...
No, it's something I have learned to control. Like, I understand that
he's actually working
I
on
have
it.
very big hands.
He has started working on himself.
You know?
And I'm also working on myself.
Exactly.
Sometimes if he flogs her, if she come, mommy, daddy beats me, I say it's because he did something bad. That's why he flogged you. Then she will now keep quiet.
Exactly.
So he has been working on himself.
That's just it. That's just it.
And
but no matter, yes, and God will help us. No matter what, you shouldn't talk to him in front of the kids. Because that language you are taking the children don't hear. They understand at that moment what is actually. Yes. Do you understand me? Because children, they are spiritual. They just connect fast. At that point, what is actually going on. They feel it through those emotions from their parents. So, but if your wife is complaining, please, she's a woman, try to understand with her.
I will.
This one my wife talk about, if not even today, I didn't even know that thing really hurt her to that point.
My God.
It did, but I don't.
But she didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I was like, people should avoid me. See me. I was shitting and didn't say, but I was so.
But I think the next day she was like, that thing, see the girl face, so see the way the thing swell up, and I saw it, my mind
emotionally down. Yes.
You know, but I still did it. I still told her that I will not tell them sorry.
You say you will not tell them sorry?
Yes, I will not tell them sorry.
So they don't feel like
why I beat them was actually.
But we should learn to be doing that.
And later I did say,
buy some things.
You know, your face. You see, don't let me beat you again.
Take ice cream. Yeah.
Wow, praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
It's been an explosive episode here today. You know, like, it's been wonderful. And I know that this conversation will help a lot of parents out there. Please feel free to drop in the comment section your thoughts. This is not something we can finish with. I mean, we spent over an hour talking about it. And we pray that God will help us. We are still going to come back with another episode on the same talk regarding the role of discipline as a child, as a parent. There's a whole lot to be unpacked in this conversation. Once again, my name is Pedro Deo, and I have my beautiful wife alongside with me, Dorothy Pedro. And if you've not yet subscribed, I'm still telling you again, please click on that subscription button. That's the only way you can encourage us. That's the only way you can support us. But if you can send us money, let us know. We'll drop accounts in the comment section to support us. But the best support you give to us is by clicking on that subscription button. Like the post, leave your thoughts on the comment section, and let us know how this podcast has been a blessing to you, and also what you would like us to talk on next.
Yes.
And then we'll see you on another explosive episode. Until we come your way again, remain blessed and be blessed by this one. Bye.
Bye.
Ew.